Dans ce nouveau monde, on doit accepter une transparence, et je dirais même une transparence totale. Tout va être transparent. Et il faut s'habituer, il faut se comporter ainsi. Ça devient, comment dirais-je, intégré dans votre personnalité, mais si on n'a rien à cacher, il ne faut pas avoir peur.
This pandemic has provided an opportunity for a reset.
It's a big effort to, some would say, to build back better. We would say to really have a great reset.
It's a very pertinent question to ask, how do we build back better?
To build back better or whatever.
We have a chance to reset the clock and build back better than before.
To build back better than before.
Remember the terrible damage of COVID as we try to build back from this global pandemic.
Joe Biden calls it Build Back Better.
Build back better.
Building back better.
To do things differently. To build back better.
We're going to build it back better.
And build it back better.
It's my plan to build back better.
Start taking all the problems that have been created in education and mental health and start to build back in a positive way.
I have launched a booklet called Build Back Better, Britain After Coronavirus.
It's about building this country back better.
Growing conspiracy following it. It is called the Great Reset.
An unprecedented opportunity to rethink and reset the ways in which we live.
The great opportunity for reset.
The theory even calls Mr. Biden's campaign slogan, Build Back Better, a front for the conspiracy.
Build back better.
Building back better our economy.
Build back better.
All elements of the Great Reset are fundamental to building the future we need.
This pandemic has provided an opportunity for a reset.
What can the media do better in order to create understanding and support for your agenda? Very important, the media leaders, I think every fifth participant is a media leader.
President and CEO of Thomson Reuters.
Chairman and Chief Executive of News Corporation.
Associate Editor of the Washington Post.
Senior Vice President at CNN.
The World Economic Forum has been instrumental in this, in actually bringing together representatives of whether it's Google or Facebook, Twitter and others, and members of the International Media Council here at the World Economic Forum. That's why it's been such a strong convening power.
Deputy Managing Editor of the New York Times.
Business Editor of The Economist.
Executive Chairman of Bloomberg.
The Editor-in-Chief of the Wall Street Journal.
We love to blame the media because they make this happen, they make that happen, and you guys forget, we don't print the truth, we print what people tell us.
Economics Editor of The Guardian newspaper in London.
The World Editor at BuzzFeed News.
Editor of the Financial Times.
Director of News for the BBC.
To some people watching this, they're going to be saying, well, hang on a second. You guys, you're experts, you're institutional, you're mainstream media, you've got an agenda, you're part of these institutions that I didn't vote for.
Editor-in-Chief of Foreign Policy Magazine.
Editor-in-Chief of Wired Magazine.
Editor-in-Chief of National Geographic Magazine.
We're on the board of the World Economic Forum together. We're trustees of the World Economic Forum. We're not here just to make money. We're not just here to manipulate other people or to get our way. We're here to improve the world and to love each other.
Managing Director of the Boston Globe Media Partners.
Executive Producer at Channel News Asia.
Moderator and host coming from CCTV News.
Host of a daily political program on CBC.
We're seeing a corruption of democracy dominated by plutocratic donors and owners of the media who can manipulate opinion.
Senior Editor at NHK Public Television.
Head of the Research and Studies Unit at Arab News.
Senior Editor at Euronews.
Editor-in-Chief of the Straits Times.
Like in my own home country in Israel, we have this big laboratory of surveillance called the Occupied Territories, where you have 2.5 million guinea pigs of how to completely survey and control a population with very few soldiers. I mean, when you look at the numbers, it's amazing how few soldiers you need to control millions of people if you have their data.
These are their own stated motives.
control food, control people. Who controls the food supply controls the people. Who controls the energy can control whole continents. Who controls money can control the world. The World Economic Forum and the predatory billionaires they represent are currently trying to do all three.
Time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there.
Just clap for that, you stupid bastard.
This would be the time because you really need world order, financial world order.
This alternative vision argues that ordinary men and women are too small-minded to govern their own affairs. That order and progress can only come when individuals surrender their rights to an all-powerful sovereign.
We are here to develop the great narrative, a story for the future. But in order to shape the future, you have first to imagine the future, you have to design the future, and then you have to execute.